Question number 7, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question... Mr. Speaker.
Order. Order. Have the members at the back of the House quite finished? Because I want to be able to hear Tim Macindoe. Question number 7, Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development. Why is the government making changes to the welfare system?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, we believe that work is the best path out of poverty.
I apologise to the Minister. Now, look, the noise is unreasonable today. The Minister hadn't even started to say a word and there was a barrage of noise from the opposition benches, and that's not reasonable. I ask members just to be a little more reasonable. That's all. The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, we believe that work is the best pathway out of poverty. That's why more than 88,000 people cancelled their benefit last year to go into work. That does not count those. Just in your own time, but that does not include those that have travelled overseas. No, that is those that left welfare to go into work, was more than 88,000 people. Mr. Speaker, it's well and truly true that in line with the recent EAG report, which says, and I quote, research indicates that a parent obtaining full-time paid employment is the most important event to lift children out of poverty.
Before I go to Tim Macindoe, look, I say in fairness to the Honourable Trevor Mallard, the level of interjection is just unreasonable. The continuous yelling across the House is not necessary during question time. Interjections can be made, but that's just unreasonable. Tim Macindoe. Order. Now, how does that help? Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what do we know about...
Order. Now, look, the House has had a bit of fun today, but it's got totally unreasonable, and some members will have an early shower if we don't get this under better control. Now let's just take a deep breath and get this under control. We are meant to be grown up. Tim Macindoe. Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, I think, seeing as the public are watching this, that someone should rush to say that this side of the House we have a shower in the morning, we don't come here unclean, and I can't speak for the other side over there.
Order. Now, I think none of this is terribly helpful. We must get on with question time. Now, it's not fair to the public if there's too much noise, because they cannot hear clearly, and that's simply not fair. And I ask members to show a little more respect. Tim Macindoe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My supplementary question to the Minister. What do we know about the outcomes for families and children who are welfare dependent?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, there are people in work who struggle to make ends meet, and there's no doubt about that. But all research indicates that paid work is generally not just good for your bank account, but is also good for your mental and physical well-being. And that is why this government has a clear focus on the benefits of work for those that are welfare dependent.
Question number...
Supplementary
question, Tim Macindoe.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, there was a member opposite the House and I was offering her a chance. Further supplementary, how will an investment approach support the government's welfare reforms?
Mr. Speaker, we currently put 90% of our employment assistance funding into the unemployment benefit. Yet the EAG highlights sole parenthood as a major factor of poverty. Surely then it makes sense to redirect support where it is needed most, and the investment approach will do that.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Minister. Does she believe that there is a period when a child will be better off with their sole parent at home caring for them? If so, up to what age?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Mr. Speaker, I've seen research that actually shows indications that in some instances it's for short periods of time, and for other parents it's for different and longer periods of time. So I don't put an actual month or a year date on it. I think it's different for different families and that they should have that choice.
Question number 8, Sir William Sewell.